Preparedness isn't just about stockpiling supplies or perfecting your survival skills. It's about building relationships with others who share your goals. A solid prepper community can mean the difference between thriving and merely surviving. In this video, we're diving deep into why networking is critical and how you can create a prepper community that will strengthen your overall preparedness plan. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel to join our growing community of survivalists, and let's get into it. The pitfalls of the lone wolf mentality. There's an enduring myth in the prepper community about the lone wolf approach to survival. The idea is appealing, being self-sufficient, relying only on yourself, and never needing to rely on anyone else for help. While there are certainly merits to being well prepared on your own, the reality is that the lone wolf mentality can be incredibly dangerous, especially when you face real-world crises. First, think about the sheer workload of survival. If you're trying to survive in a remote location, or even within the confines of an urban area, there's a tremendous amount of work involved. You need to secure shelter, grow or find food, manage water supplies, create fire, maintain equipment, and stay alert to potential threats. All of these things take time, effort, and a diverse skill set, skills that no single person can master entirely. Sure, you might be good at a few things, but you can't be great at everything. Without a community, you run the risk of burning yourself out. Exhaustion leads to mistakes, and in a survival situation, even small mistakes can be catastrophic. The reality is that no matter how skilled or prepared you are, you will need help, and being part of a network of like-minded individuals can make a huge difference when the stakes are high. The power of psychological resilience in a group. When things go wrong, one of the most important assets your community can offer is psychological support. Preparing for a crisis isn't just about having the right tools. It's about having the mental and emotional fortitude to endure it. No one is immune to stress, fear, or the emotional toll of an emergency situation. But the presence of others can provide strength, encouragement, and a sense of shared purpose that will help everyone endure. Being isolated in tough times can lead to panic, anxiety, and despair. But in a group, individuals can help one another process fear and stress, offer reassurance, and provide moral support when everything feels overwhelming. When you feel like giving up, having others to encourage you can make all the difference. Your community becomes not just a group of people. It becomes a source of strength that helps everyone push through the darkest moments. A strong community will also build mental resilience through shared experiences. For example, conducting training drills together or discussing worst-case scenarios can help prepare your minds for what might happen. Knowing that you're not alone in those difficult moments allows you to face the crisis with a clear head and a calm demeanor. Building trust and communication. Trust is the foundation of any strong community. Without trust, the bonds that hold your prepper network together will begin to fray under pressure. Trust doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to build and is tested through shared experiences and reliability. But when a group knows they can count on each other, it significantly strengthens the foundation of the entire survival strategy. Clear and open communication is just as crucial. Your community's ability to share critical information, whether it's about food, medical needs, safety concerns, or weather patterns, can be the difference between success and failure. Create systems to ensure that communication flows smoothly. This might involve regular meetings, digital communication tools, or even physical systems like message boards or runners. People who can travel between homes or locations. In a crisis, miscommunication can create chaos. Ensuring that every person in your community understands their role and can communicate effectively with others will make coordination much easier. Moreover, these systems should be adaptable to changing circumstances. If the power goes out, for example, and you can no longer rely on phones or the internet, have a backup plan in place like two-way radios or signal flags. Specialization and redundancy in skill sets. One of the greatest strengths of any successful prepper community is the range of skills and knowledge that members bring to the table. While it's important for everyone to have basic survival skills, having members who specialize in specific areas can elevate the entire group's preparedness. You might have someone who is an expert in growing food, someone else who specializes in medical care, and yet another person who understands mechanical repairs. These specialties complement each other and provide redundancy, meaning if one person is unavailable or injured, someone else can step in to fill the gap. Consider cross-training within the group. Everyone should know at least a few key skills that fall outside of their area of specialization. If the expert in medical care is unavailable, someone else should be able to apply basic first aid. Cross-training creates redundancy in skill sets, making your group more resilient to unforeseen circumstances. Additionally, these specialized skills can become valuable assets when bartering with other groups or individuals. In a long-term disaster scenario, being able to trade services, skills, and goods can sustain your group and build goodwill with other communities. For example, an expert herbalist might be able to trade herbal remedies with a group that needs medical care, or a skilled carpenter might trade woodworking services for food or other resources. Roles and leadership in a prepper community. In any successful prepper community, leadership roles are essential. A lack of leadership can lead to confusion, poor decision-making, and conflict, especially when resources are scarce and stress levels are high. Having designated leaders who are responsible for making decisions, managing resources, and overseeing tasks ensures that everyone knows who to turn to when questions arise. Effective leadership goes beyond authority. It's about being calm under pressure, having a clear vision, and making decisions with the welfare of the entire group in mind. Leadership can come in many forms, whether it's from a single individual, a council, or a rotating leadership structure. What's important is that leadership is trusted, respected, and capable. A community leader should also be able to delegate effectively. No one person can do everything, and trying to micromanage or take on too many responsibilities can quickly lead to burnout. Being able to assign roles based on people's strengths and ensuring that everyone is working towards the same goal will keep the group moving forward. Planning for resource scarcity and external threats. One of the greatest challenges your community will face is resource scarcity. In a post-crisis world, supplies such as food, water, medicine, and fuel will be in limited supply. Having a solid plan for managing these resources is crucial to ensuring the survival of your group. Start by assessing what resources you have at your disposal, including what you can grow, hunt, or forage. Water is a prime concern. If you live in an area prone to droughts or other water scarcity issues, you need to have a long-term water management plan in place. This might involve rainwater collection, filtration systems, or access to local water sources. Food production is another critical factor. While hunting and foraging can supplement your supplies, they won't always be enough to sustain a large group in the long term. This is why growing your own food is essential. Whether it's through a garden, greenhouse, or aquaponics, having a sustainable food system will provide your group with the calories and nutrition needed to thrive. Of course, there's always the possibility of external threats. Rival groups, opportunistic individuals, and even wandering bandits may pose significant challenges to your community. Preparing for these threats involves everything from physical security measures like fencing and gates to surveillance and alarm systems. But just as importantly, having a network of alliances with other prepper groups in the region can provide added security. These relationships allow you to trade resources, share information, and coordinate responses in the event of an external threat. The role of education and knowledge sharing. Education is a cornerstone of any successful prepper community. One of the most powerful aspects of your group is the collective knowledge you have access to. By continually educating yourself and your fellow members, you ensure that your community stays sharp and can adapt to new challenges. Education comes in many forms. It might mean hosting skill-sharing workshops, bringing in experts to teach advanced survival tactics, or simply holding regular meetings where members can discuss lessons learned from previous experiences. The more information you share, the better prepared your group will be. Even the youngest members can benefit from education. Don't forget to pass down skills to children and young adults. Building a culture of preparedness within the next generation ensures that your group's values and knowledge won't fade away as time goes on. Finally, sustaining your prepper community over time is about more than just surviving. It's about thriving in the face of adversity. Your community should be adaptable, dynamic, and capable of weathering the long-term challenges that a disaster can bring. One way to ensure sustainability is by diversifying your resources and skills. Relying too heavily on one source of food or one area of expertise can leave you vulnerable if something goes wrong. Diversifying your supplies, growing different crops, learning various trades, and maintaining flexibility in your strategies will make it easier to adapt to changing circumstances. If one resource becomes scarce or unavailable, your community can pivot and rely on other methods or sources to meet your needs. Equally important is the continual cultivation of relationships within your community and with neighboring prepper groups. By maintaining communication and sharing resources or skills, you can create a broader network that enhances everyone's chances of survival. Trade agreements, mutual aid arrangements, and sharing knowledge between communities can provide a sense of stability and strength, knowing that you're not isolated. Additionally, ensuring that your group practices long-term thinking is crucial. Survival in a post-crisis world is not just about making it through the initial disaster, it's about rebuilding and flourishing. Start planning for the future, not just in terms of supplies, but in terms of rebuilding society. This means considering sustainable energy sources, creating systems for education and governance, and thinking about how your community can grow and evolve in a way that's resilient, adaptable, and capable of withstanding further challenges. Building a prepper community isn't just a way to survive, it's a way to thrive. It's about coming together with like-minded individuals who share your goals and values, pooling your resources and skills, and creating a network that can weather any storm. Through trust, communication, specialization, and shared resilience, you can build a community that is far stronger than the sum of its parts. As you begin your journey of building a prepper community, remember that it takes time, effort, and patience. Start small, find others who share your vision, and gradually work on strengthening your bonds. Every conversation, every shared resource, every training session builds towards a more secure and prepared future for everyone involved. And don't forget, networking isn't just about your immediate group, but about forging connections with other prepper communities to broaden your support network. Most importantly, remember that when the worst happens, you don't have to face it alone. Building a prepper community is about creating a support system that can carry you through the hard times and offer hope, help, and resources when everything seems uncertain. Thank you for watching this video on why networking and building a prepper community is so important. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of preppers, survivalists, and forward thinkers. Together, we can prepare for whatever challenges the future holds. Stay safe, stay prepared, and stay connected.